Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice, and none of the information provided in this video should ever be seen or taken as a signal to buy or to sell. But first and foremost, we look at these crypto bubbles, and we are seeing absolute red after yesterday and what's happening in Israel and the Middle East. Lots going on. Noticed a big dip yesterday on BTC and the drawdown of some of these prices and affecting a lot of the alts, but not as bad as what I thought they would be. And we see here, Quant is up 4 ranks to 80, still that market cap under that $1 billion, Quant price of $69. So dropped a bit, but not as much as what I would have thought. I think the alt market is bearing up quite well, considering. So if we look over at Arkham Intelligence, we can see currently we're down 6% in the last 24 hours, down 13% in the last 7 days, but still up 12% in the last 30 days. Now, as I said before, there should be a pattern, as we've seen through the previous months, where we see an influx of texts that come through. And these were the last two yesterday, where we saw 2,236 and 1,197 along here. So if pattern plays out, I believe we're going to see that dip below that 200, because what we're seeing now is 207,000 still on the spot exchange reserve. So if we see around 20,000 leave, which is about average for the last 4 months or so that we've seen leave per month. Now, you can do the math. If it continues that way, we're going to see literally nothing on spot exchange. Obviously, people will be selling and buying all the rest of it, but we will see that decline, hopefully. Now, I like to call this Sebastian's wedge. Now, he says, mark this post, the weekly time frame shows us some really promising hints. We've got the MACD has reversed already. Bollinger Bands are squeezing together, and we know what that means. It's going to pop. It's tightening up and perfectly aligning with the end stages of a huge apex. In my opinion, it's only a matter of time before we see huge move to the upside. This is what he's saying. He says, yeah, I know I've been saying this like forever, blah, 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 pop quiz, hot shots. I don't have a functioning crystal ball, but this looks extremely positive in his opinion. Act accordingly. And if we look here, we can see it's slowly coiling down. And at some point, hopefully, we're going to see that pop out of that wedge. That's what he's alluding to. We'll have to wait and see. We also see this from Miles Ducha. I like his tweets because they're quite informative across the market as such. This is what I was talking about a moment ago. He says, what's intriguing right now is that BTC is actually dumping harder than alts. We see BTC dominance chart below. Many alts are holding up surprisingly well. Good sign that on the next leg up, they'll continue to outperform. So as we're seeing, there's BTC drop yesterday quite a bit. I think it was like over 2%. And we saw the alts not overly kick off and drop a lot. So it's almost indicative when BTC goes again, we go from those levels to slightly higher levels and up we go. And this is not just Quant, this is other coins as well. Some coins that I hold at the moment are actually still in the green, which is unbelievable, really, considering what's going on and what we could be contending with regards to possibly Israel retaliating at some point. But then I see this, changing subject a little bit, I see this from Jarno. This is really important. This is something I'm getting excited about. You go, that's quick and, of course, very quantfy. The Bank of England itself writes of early 2025 for the renewed RTGS system, real-time gross settlement. Both dates are sewn, in my opinion, and I love it. And it says here, the renewed RTGS system will deliver benefits across a number of areas. We will continue to enhance the service beyond transition state 3 to make sure it meets the changing needs of the industry. The RTGS service sits at the heart of all UK payments. RTGS is currently being renewed with the industry and for industry to respond to the changing payments landscape. From early 2025, the renewed RTGS service will deliver more resilient, flexible, and innovative sterling settlement system to support monetary and financial stability. It will deliver benefits for industry across 4 key areas: increased resilience, greater access, wider interoperability, and improved user functionality. Now, we know what they're talking about, and we can see this from my mate Construction Trader ETH. The regulated liability network is essentially a global RTGS system. Quadrillions, he says. Listen carefully here. The regulatory liability network is different because the money is in the network. And we can hear here, Quant Network. So let's have a listen to this.
The regulated liability network is different because the money is in the network. And that's, if you think about it, that's one of the core innovations of Bitcoin. The money is in the network. And when you have the money in the network, and that network is running 24/7, and that network has a programmability layer sitting on top through smart contracts, then the possibilities of moving around that money, using it for 24/7 settlement become very interesting, especially if we do two things. Especially if we have multiple central bank partitions on the same network. And that's exactly what we want to achieve. So not just an MES partition, but an ECB partition, a Bank of England partition, a Fed partition. And then what you get is something very interesting. You get real central bank money from multiple central banks on the same DLT available for settlement. You essentially get a global RTGS system. And that's something that we've never had before.
There you go. You heard it there from Tony McLaughlin from Citibank. Absolutely phenomenal. With so much going on in the background, we are sitting here waiting with bated breath. I know I am, and I know I'm continuing, even at these levels, to stack my bags. That's what it's all about. Just DCAing in and hoping for and looking forward to some of this information coming out and some of the detail that is due very, very soon on the flip side of next year. Some of it hopefully before then. So there you go, guys. Just a quick update. I'm bullish, and I'll catch you later.